Yeah, good afternoon and welcome back to Mark's Railway Trails, and we're on another local walk today. Where I'm going to take you today is to find a wood that nobody really knows that's here really, and it's part again of the Forestry Commission. And if you're wondering where we are, I've just come on the trail here, and that's just facing Bold Estate, where you can see the walkway is there. But we're going to cut across the farmers' fields now, and hopefully this takes us to what we're looking for this afternoon. If you can just see some of the waterways that's running out, and one that's not actually capped this time. And that leads into another walk over there. If you go across, I will be doing that one next couple of weeks. It's a place when they did over there was Bold Power Station, and behind it is what they call Catch Moss now, and we will be doing that again on Mark's Railway Trails. But we're just going to follow this path here, and I'm following an old map again today, and it did say on the map that this was a walkway, so this will take you over to where we want to be, or I'm hoping it's taking us over to where we want to be. But some nice scenery again today, and I've just started the trail really. I've walked it down to here and got absolutely wet through and luckily it's just stopped now, the rain, so let's hope that continues. And the place I'm taking you to today, again, it's local history. I know it's not a railway walk, but it is linked to one of the collieries as well, and which all the railways around the St Helens area, on the St Helens to Runcorn Gap, coming over from Widnes, we're all linked to really, so that's why I wanted to do it. Plus it was another one that I wanted to get on the video for some time really. And I did the walk the other week, and unfortunately the camera setting that I had on didn't come out too good, to be honest. Not as good as I like my videos, so and you try and rush some of these walks sometimes in the afternoon, and I didn't have a lot of time, so I've come back to revisit it and show it you more in depth really, than some of the places I wanted to show you. You can just hear the water coming down the old gully ways, and that'll be leading from where we're going to try and find this afternoon on Mark's Railway Trails. And it's nice to know that this is actually a footpath, because on quite a few of my walks I've either been kicked off or towed off. But you've got to do that to get to some of these places. Farmers' fields on this side, and if you just look now right over there, I'll just zoom my camera in to show you. Zoomed in too much. That's Bold Estate, where Bold Power Station used to be, and there's one famous guy who blew up all the towers at Bold Power Station, and that was one of my dad's esteemed friends. Not saying it was one of his pally-pallies, but we did know my dad was Fred Dimmer from Bolton, the steeplejack, and there is video footage of him blowing Bold Power Station up, taking all the bridges down. But that's where Bold Power Station is. Just gives you an idea which way we're heading really. I like to do that really on Mark's Railway Trails, because if you want to come and walk it, you can find it, you know. I'm Billy No Mates again today, but sometimes it's good on your own because you don't rush it, and you know roughly where you're going. And so like I say, I've got more time today to do this trail to show you. I know it gets a bit monotonous coming over the tops, and I'll try and flip my camera around as much as I can to show you where we are, give you a bearing. If you just see the hills over there, that will lead to Dream, which I've done on Mark's Railway Trails if you want to see it. And that's a terrific walk. And what we're going to find today is a wood that I didn't know was here. I stumbled across this when I was doing walks after my COVID, getting myself fit, and just stumbled across it by mistake. And that place is Griffin Wood. Obviously there's loads of different ways you can walk it, and I've never come this way, so I just hope this leads to where we want to get to really. And where we want to get to, if you see right over there where all the trees are in the distance, and it dips lower and then it goes up again, we want to be smack bang in the middle there really. So and I'm walking it again today really, because you could do this on your mountain bike, but time of year when it's so wet and you just miss loads of things that you whiz past really. So let's just see where this brings us out really. And we're out on a Saturday today, not a Sunday. Like I say, the rain stopped now, which is good, because we've just got absolutely wet through getting to the start of the trail really. And a good sign when you do these walks, once you get a footpath sign, that's nice, but sometimes if you don't get a footpath sign and just look at the walk that I'm following now, you'll have an idea that people's walked it many times, and it's a good pointer for you. But luckily today this is, I would say, they've planned this walk out, and you can just see public footpath, St Helens. Farmers have fenced off all the fields, so it's a good idea to keep these walkways open really, and so they should. And I was, if you remember when I did my post on Eccleston Mere, I'm sure there was a walkway into Eccleston Mere. I'm going to look into that. That's just been closed off completely now. It's just been closed off completely, and they get away with it. And that happened when I did finding Clockface Bridge, coming off the St Helens Runcorn Gap before it hit Dream. That's stables now, and that's still highlighted as a public walkway. But if you try and go down there, the lady who owns all the stables said it's private land. And I've been down there a couple of times, and she freaks out when you've got your camera. But there's another one you can look into. I'm sure that is another public footpath that's just been lost. That gives you a better idea where we are. If you go down there, that's Neil's Road, brings you on to facing the Bold Estate. Follow that along, and that'll take you right up to Sherdley Park, to my neck of the woods. But I'm just hoping that this does lead to where we want to lead to really. I'll keep it running as always. I know it'll get a bit monotonous, a bit boring saying the same old thing, but I'll keep it running. And if you see the house in the middle, I'll just zoom in a bit for you. The house directly in the middle there, that's where we want to be aiming for really. That's what I've got on my map this morning. So hopefully it should take us roughly into that direction. But just thankful that rain stopped, because honestly 15 minutes ago it absolutely bounced. And you get a walker coming here. And on a lot of these walks, if you ever want to find somewhere, if you see a dog walker, ask him. You know, everywhere, all the little shortcuts, all the nooks and crannies. Like I said, I did this walk the other week with a couple of mates of mine, but we rushed it in the afternoon really. It was chucking it down, and we missed a load of stuff that I wanted to see, and this trail was one of them. And then when I played it back, I'd done it on the wrong format on the camera. It came out on a very small format, so you wouldn't see the scenery like you're seeing it now. So that's where we've just come down the trail. It's doing alright up to now. It's quite a pleasant walk. And again, rushed out, no drink, but you just need to get out sometimes. And if you're all asking why, you know, a lot of these local walks lately, it's something I've been meaning to do for a long time, the local walks, because we, as I said to Harry Taylor, me and Harry don't realise what we've got on our doorstep, and you take it for granted. And it's only when you go to some other towns and people haven't got all this around them, you know, they're surrounded by houses and more bloody houses. We're lucky really. And I know this stretch of land in front of Bold here, the farmers own it, which is good, but there is talk, it's only a matter of time before they offer him a ridiculous price. And I hope we don't see it, but in years to come I can see houses on the other side of Bold, and I hope I never see it, to be honest with you, because like that gentleman that just over there you can see walking part of the other trail. It's just nice to walk these places, and that's why Eccleston Mere, it became like a crusade for me to get in there to do it, because I remember it so well as a kid. And in the end there's no way you can get in it, and I did it as a planned visit with the owners, which was nice, and I thank them for that. So now this is what you got to work out sometimes. Do you go left? Do you carry on? I'm going to go across here because just over there takes you to the second part of the walk really that I'm going to nip across and do. So I'm going to stick to this way, and I think this should bring us out where we need to be. But yeah, Eccleston Mere, I tried all my old haunt ways to get in it, every angle, and impossible to get in. And like I say, it became a bit of a crusade, and in the end I got in with the owner's permission, giving me the chance to do it. So when you see places like this, it's brilliant, and hopefully this brings us out where we need to be today, and that's finding Griffin Wood. A wood that I never knew was here, and again it's part of the Forestry Commission who set it up, and I'll tell you more about that when I get in Griffin Wood, if this takes us where I'm hoping it does take us. As always, when you do these walks, get your big boots on because they are quite slippy and muddy. But at least that rain stopped. That's where we'll be going later, but I'm following an old map really, a map that they set up when they did Griffin Wood, and I'm going to go around the back end and go in through all the woods to find it. We may get lost today, but get lost together, can't we? Yeah, this looks promising, bringing us out onto the main road, and that's a nice little cutway really. And if you want to do it, just facing Bold State, get on the trail, and you can go either way. You can go that way where the gentleman, if you're sitting, went all the way down there, he'll be heading over the tops towards Clockface, because you can hit it from that way as well. So quite a terrific walk if you want to do quite a long walk as well. But that's not what we're here to find today. It's Griffin Wood we've come to find. At least you can get in it, it's not blocked off. And there we go. Kind of bring us to the top end. I'm going to cut across and I'm going to take you the long way in really, because I want to show you what is a good walk into it really. And cars absolutely fly down this road, so when they see me with this camera in a minute, surprising how many slow down. Plus I've come this way, I can show you a couple of the buildings as well. Just cross over and show you this one. This is what they call Abbotsfield. You can see the gate there, and if memory serves me right, that's like a nursing home now, a rest home. That's where we've come, all the way over there and cut across and brought us down to here. Some of the big farmhouses, a lot been converted into houses. This house has been up for sale last year quite a few times, and there you go, Maple Hall Farm, and that was only sold last year. And I remember the residents on about it. The reason they're on about selling it, they didn't know what was going to happen to the land here, and thankfully I think the Mersey Forestry Commission took it. So I know we're just hitting a bit of road at the moment, and but it brings you out to what I think is the best way into Griffin Wood. But I just wanted to show you that cut straight across on a walkway that leads you to Griffin Wood. Should we? You always know somebody, doesn't it? Ange going past in a little blue car. Can't go anywhere without somebody knowing you sometimes. I'll get her for speeding, because she's doing more than 40 down here, so I'll have her. And this brings you to like the opening, and this is what I wanted to show you really. There's just some nice properties down here, and it is a nice walk in, and this can lead you over to Warrington as well. So and for people in Burton Wood, This is still classed as St Helens, but everybody remember that bungalow when you're heading into Burton Wood, and it's still here. I think that's one of the oldest bungalows in the area. And if you're wondering where this brings you out to Hall Lane. If you go down there, carry straight on, that'll take you into Diane's country, Burton Wood. But today we're going to go down Hall Lane now. Home farms on here, so if you want to do Griffin Wood, this is where I would start it, to be honest with you. I think it's a cracking walk in, and if there's nobody about, I'll show you some of the nice properties as well. But you've got to be careful sometimes when you got a camera in your hand. You don't want people flicking, but I will flick it and show you there's some nice properties that we're passing. Private road, T-junction, no vehicle access unless you live here really, and it's cambered as well, which is nice, but lonely places. And I'm going to keep this running on all the walk really, probably get about an hour's walking, which will be good. No music videos on to kill the memory really. I think this is the nicest way in really, and I'm going to take you right into Griffin Wood, and I'll take you and show you how you can get over to Warrington, which I've done a few times, over the m62. If you can just see down there, the gullies are still running all that way, get rid of all the water. All the original walls are still there, but nature's just took them back now. And you'll see more of these as we get up. But what a rainy day again. It was a bit like when we did Carmel really, and I thought it was going to be one of them days, but thankfully the rain's eased off, which is nice. And you just follow this road down, and there's a few properties down here. There's a massive house on the left as well, and there's a few other properties on the left hand side that people don't realise is there as well. CCT in operation, and the reason they've done that a lot down here because they had a spare to fly tipping, and the only way they could stop it is get the cameras up, and it seems to have done the job, to be honest with you. Now, there's a couple of ways you can do this walk. I'll just show you the other walk. If you go down here and keep to the left, obviously that's private land, no public right of way there. You've got to go down here. If you go down here, that'll take you into what they call Miners Walk, and I'll show you that from the other side really. We'll hit it from the other side, but you can just see how far out we are now. We're getting out into the sticks a bit really, and like I say, if you go down there, that'll take you onto what they call Miners Walk, and we're going to do that today as well, and that's where the old clock pace pit was. So I'll show you where all that was, but you can just see the original walls now. And we're not far off Griffin Wood, to be honest with you now. I apologise, it get a bit monotonous because you're just seeing the same old trees, but this time of year the colours are absolutely fantastic. And now you can see the original walls. And you know what, I can smell burning if somebody's burning something. I'm not sure. Like I say, you can go up that way. There's loads of woodland around here. Really loads of it. I'll start hitting a couple of properties shortly. And then that'll take us to Griffin Wood. And Harry, if you're watching this, I don't know if you've ever been to Griffin Wood. You may even not know it's here, because I didn't know it was here, Griffin Wood. And I stumbled across this on my mountain bike, believe it or not. Now we're going to hit some of the big properties, and I'll just flip my camera around and show you. It's like a paddock area there, big wall. You've got like a little outhouse there. I'm not being disrespectful, like, it's just nice to show you what a nice area it is, and you've got to be careful sometimes because they don't like you zooming cameras, and I understand, you know, you're casing the joint up or something, you don't know. So today's about finding some of these great walks we've got on our doorstep. And now you can see all the original walls. And just flip my camera over. That's where it leads to. I'll not zoom in, but that's where the property is. And I wouldn't like to cut all that grass. If memory serves right, you come to the end here and you take a left. It takes you to some more houses on the left. And the only reason I know that, I dropped my friend off once. Bought one of these. I used to live in Burton Wood, and when he told me can he drop me off and we went down all the way down here, I was getting a bit worried really. Thought he was going to do me in and hide my body, and he said no, there's built tall houses here, but people don't realise where they are because it's so secluded. And if you just look there, that's where he lives at the bottom, and that's Bode Hall Nursery. So yeah, there's loads of houses down there, you wouldn't think it, would you? Kennel's Cottage. I just keep it running, and well, as you can see, all the nice walls are still here, and lonely places really. I don't know if I'd like to live down here. I'll just flip the camera behind now and show you. There's another entrance in, gated off, which you can understand. If you just look behind me, that's one of the cottages just there, and that's Dutch Barn. It's quite a long road, that. It's longer than you think. And what you can hear in the background, you can hear the cars. That's the motorway of the M62, and that's how I come to find Griffin Wood, to be honest with you, because I didn't know Griffin Wood was here until I drove past on the motorway, and I kept seeing the sign Griffin Wood, and it made me look into where it was, and I come and found it on my mountain bike. I never knew it was there. And I got the dates and everything. I'll tell you more when we actually hit Griffin Wood, how it was formed and everything. But yeah, I just wanted to redo this walk, get the camera setting right where you can see it on full screen, because it deserved it, to be honest with you. I hate it when it's on the small screen with black either side, and this should turn out a lot better. And you've got the full tour today. We're not rushed it like we did the other week, because we only had a limited time spell. Some more houses there, which you can just see at the end. And there you go, you can probably see it now. If you go that way, that'll take you right over to Clock Face, and this is what we've come to find today, and here it is. I'm going to pause here a minute so I can get a picture of this off me still. And here we are in Griffin Wood, and you wouldn't think this was Airwoody. And I'm going to take you through now and just show you what it's all about, Griffin Wood. And Griffin Wood was actually set up in 2007, believe it or not, with friends of the Bold area and the Forestry Commission that made it happen, really. And they've made it into like a woodland walk for wildlife. And I'll show you some of the plaques as we get further into Griffin Wood. And originally there was loads of wooden sculptures when it was first opened. There's loads of original wooden sculptures that were around, and sadly over the years they've just been vandalised, so they moved a lot of the sculptures out of Griffin Wood to protect them, really. And I think some of them are on the nearby farms as well. It's sad when you have to do that, but I have got pictures of them, and I'll put that on the beginning of this blog so you can see it when I did it many years ago on my mountain bike. Woo. Getting warm now. You can just hear the trees. That's where we've just come down. And there's the opening, really, that takes you into it, but we're going to hit it from a different angle. And there you go, Friends of Griffin Wood is owned by the charity and managed by the Mersey Forest. So if you want to know all about it, the Friends of Griffin Wood, and gives you an idea of all the wildlife that they get in here as well. And they call it Life for a Life. Life for a Life is a scheme involving the planting of trees to commemorate loved ones over time. These will develop into beautiful woodlands that everybody can enjoy. The scheme is designed to benefit individuals, families who are grieving over the loss of loved ones, regardless of their age, stature or religious beliefs. How nice. And I'll keep that on so you can read it. And it just says here, I'll read that last bit. Future plan: the management of the memorial woodland will change over time as it develops and maintains. We'll move to one which is sympathetic to habit, creation and wildlife. All the memorial trees are guaranteed for 25 years, and any trees that are not established successfully within this time may be replaced with a mixture of understory shrubs to diversify the woodland. How nice. And I'll leave that on, so if you want to pause it on your TV, you can see it. That's where we'll be going in a minute, but for now we're going to go across and show you the monstrosity that's been put up across the way now. That there was plans to try and stop it being built, but unfortunately it got built, and I'll show you that in a minute as well. Now we should, if memory serves me right, be hitting a bridge that we can cut across. Whether that's still there, I'm sure it is. We'll go and try and find it. There you go. Just the same plaque. And you see a lot of these benches around, which is nice. And not being disrespectful. There you go. You see a lot of these. It's time to be heard and believed. And you can scan on to that weekly form. Well, like I say, it's a few years since I've done this walk, so I'm kind of remembering where the route takes you, really, but I'm going to keep it running. And hopefully this just brings me out to the bridge I want to find. It takes you over the M62 really and takes you into Warrington. Yeah, sure, it's down here. Like I said, we did this walk the other week, and I'm thankful to Steve Landers because he's shown me some shortcuts that I didn't know. So between us, we did quite well that day. Unfortunately, we didn't have time on our side, and we didn't have the weather on our side as well. So it became, here we go. I'm going to take you up and show you where that leads to. There's a hole in the fence now, there wasn't when I last did it. There you go, they've opened it up as a bit of a walkway now, that's brilliant. And the best thing is when you get on this bridge now with your camera, they all think it's a speed camera. I love it. And if Harry Taylor, if you're whizzing down this M62, I'm going to capture you speeding, and I'll have to report you to the boys in blue, Andrew Wilder and Tony Redmond. They are the boys in blue. And just there you'll see one of the ponds, and you'll see a few of these round Griffin Mud, and when we get on the what we call the Miners Way, but you can just see all the ducks in the corner. How good's that? How peaceful. But I'm going to take you over this bridge, and if you ever want to go over into Warrington, this will get you over, and it's a nice walk into Warrington as well, and you can pick up the Sankey Trail there as well. I've done all this on my bike as well. There we go. There we go. Ahoy! I'm just going to flick you over there now. If you see, right above there, the car's coming down. From there, right on the line at the top, you can see Dream. If you just look, you'll see its head, and I'm going to stand back a bit and just show you. I'm just trying to zoom in on that. It's windy as hell up here, to be honest with you. If you just look on the tops now and try and zoom in on it, I'll get it on just there. If you're looking down right on top of you now, there's the statue of Dream. You can just see its little head poking up, and the rest talk about lighting that up so you can see on the 62. I'll just flip that back. There you go. And we're just going over the tops now, and what you can see in the corner there, the monstrosity that they put in on the green belt line, which everybody kicks off over here in Burke Mud about. It's one of the new warehouses that got the green light, and there was massive protests to stop it happening. That takes you to Manchester down the M62, busy trail. That one takes you to Rainhill. I'm going to zoom in on this a bit, and you watch all the cars will start slowing down now as they go down. You can see them coming down, a BMW. There you go, zooming down. We'll all be expecting a ticket here tomorrow. I love it. But what a shot that is with the sky. And we'll be heading back over, right over there, just before Dream, to what they call Miners Way. Whoa, hey, through the forest, through there. But if you carry on down here, which I'm going to take you, you can just hear that motorway, can't you? A new path now. That when I did this was near the path, and that can take you straight into Warrington. When I did it on my mountain bike, I went right over there into Warrington on the mountain bike. But that's a warehouse that they built that everybody protested about. Spoilt the Greenbelt view, really, and that's what they're all kicking off about. That's the way we've come over from St Helens, Boatwood in that direction. But we're going to head back now. I'm going to find the Miners Way walk, and that is where Clockface Pit used to be. I'm going to last look, and last speed ticket for Sunday, shooting down. There you go. You can see him shooting down. And just behind it, there's Dream. But what a monstrosity in the view now, unfortunately. But we're going to be heading back right over there, and that's where I seen the sign was just here for Griffin Wood, and that's how I found out about it, to be honest with you. But just look how big that is, and that takes you up to Dream, and I've done Dream if you want to see it on my walk. But we're going to be heading that way into what they call the Miners Walk, where Clockface Pit used to be. And it's amazing when you do these bridges. The last walk I did, I don't know if a friend was winding me up. He said, whenever you do these walks and you hit a bridge like that, there's always 39 steps. Is that coincidence? Or is it just the size? And I've just counted them steps, and it was 39. So, is it right, or is it just by coincidence? Or is he winding me up? But there were 39 steps on that bloody bridge. I think it's just coincidence, that. But I'm going to take you back, and we're going to go over the little bridges and go through Griffin Wood. Very overgrown now, like I said. They plant it for people who's passed away as well, to remember the loved ones. And what a good scheme. A life for a life. I like it. I like it. As I said to you, always on Mark's Railway Trails, if you do these walks, don't be an idiot like me walking it on your own. Come with somebody, because they are lonely places. And Diane goes mad at me for doing them on my own, but you know what? You've got to do it sometimes, I feel, because one, you've got to have confidence in your own ability, and after COVID, being stuck in for 2 years, you do lose your nerve a little bit. Not saying I didn't lose my nerve, I lost my fitness. And when I was stuck in, I kind of regretted that I never did all these places. And I thought, if I die tomorrow with COVID, and you know, what a waste. And that's what prompted me to start them all, to be honest with you, to get out, to find them. And I'm glad I did, really. I know it started looking at my dad's old railway books and doing all the old railway lines and St Helens, and then I wanted to do these walks for somebody I owe a lot to. I'm not going to name him, but he knows who he is. He'll give me a chance. when I first started in retail. I never forgot it, and I wanted to do them for him as well, so he could see what we've got on our doorstep so close to where we live. So that's another reason I've done them as well. So yeah, they are lonely places, and I advise you, don't come on your own. Just leave that to me, idiots like me. But sometimes I like just coming on my own and nobody rushing you. You can find it, do it, and like I say, it just gives you that bit of confidence as well. And after lockdown, I didn't lose my confidence, but I did get into a habit of, you know, you're used to stopping in, so easy to stop in, you know, have a beer in, don't go to the pub, and you can so easily lose it. So I'm glad I didn't, to be honest with you. Anyway, this is back where we started. Just wanted to show you that bridge, where it takes you. And that's just over there. That's where we've just come. All these bridges have been replaced again from when they first did it. And Griffin Wood was set up in 2007 with the Forestry Commission. Like I said, they had loads of sculptures here. This was one of them, of a cracking owl. Just been vandalised, sadly. So sad. So that's why they removed a lot of them, to save them. This is like a shortcut, so and you can see loads. If you ever walk in this, like I said, don't walk it on your own. Come and walk it with somebody. It is enjoyable. And this is like a shortcut, and this is just part of Griffin Wood, the main part of it really, which I wanted to show you. It's another bridge. I like stopping on these because I take pictures off the bridges and things. You guarantee some kids have made that little bridge there, went over the stream before this was put back up. But you can see all the gully ways that lead out. Like I say, a lot of the sculptures are long gone now, just to protect them. Sad really. Now I've just looked at my map of the area, and hopefully we'll cut off here, I think, and we may have to sneak across the farmer's field as usual to get to the other side really, but we'll have a look in a minute. Couple of little benches set up, and there's loads of these around here originally where you could sit out. There you go. There was loads of them around originally, and sadly gone, a lot of them. But you know what, you don't get a bad feeling about this wood, Griffin Wood. I've probably walked it about 3 times now, and I don't get bad vibes about it, not at all. You can just hear that traffic, can't you, down to 62 shooting across. Now this is where we could come a bit unstuck, because I'm trying to follow some of the old water tunnels. Fence a lot off now, and you know, it must be bloody stupid to try and walk something that small, but I think they fence it off to stop crap going in it as well. We got a family walking down here now. Keep the camera this side. Alright everybody, you can get to Miners Way that way, can you?
Pardon?
Miners Way, you can get it that way, can't you?
I don't know, mate. You can go up.
I think
pull onto this field.
That's it, and go over the.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
But when you're about to turn left at the very end, just turn right. You get onto the field.
Champion. Cheers, mate. Thank you. Like I say, if you wanna, I was on the right way, but you need somebody else who's coming down, which is nice to see. And I always flip my camera around now because I've got a couple of young people with them, and you don't like videoing, but there's so many walks. That's taking me that way now, but well, when I get to, I'm sure it's up here. They're all out on a day's rambling. How nice is that somebody's using it? And thankfully the rain has held off today. Now, when you're trying to look at a map, I was coming up this way and I knew I had to get right, so I wasn't far off actually. So that was nice to see that, you know, when you plan these walks, do your homework before, because if you don't, you can cause yourself hours of walking that you don't need to do, and you don't get to the places that you want to get to. So yeah, we are on the right track, because on my map is a little pond. So there you go. There's quite a few of these around here. I think it's 6 in total. So we've already found 2 of them. So yeah, we're on the right track. But the motorway, all you can hear is cars in it. Oh. Bit of a mud path. Now, I think we're going to be cutting off up here. Oops, it's getting a bit muddy. Whew. Oh, this is nice. Not slippy. Now when we get to the top here, I think I'm going to via right, and I'm sure there's a farmer's field. Memory serves me right from the last time I did this. But it's so nice to see somebody else on that walk, and I've been on this for what, over an hour now. I've not seen a soul. So like I say, if you do it, please do it with somebody. I'm keeping it running because what I always say on my trails, come and walk it with us, and that's what you're doing now. You're coming walking it with me, and we can get lost together. And if a farmer nabs us on this field, we'll get towed off together. But hopefully it should be alright. I'm destined to cut across and get onto that field now. That's where we need to be really. I'm just looking at the tree line on the left, so if you go left, it's just going to bring us back into Griffin Wood. So I'm going to take a gamble and go down here, to be honest with you. Whoa. There we go. Trees are a giveaway. That's where we want to be. We've got Farmer's Field in our way. That should take us to what they call Miner's Walk. I ain't gonna go that way because it's gonna take us away, so we've got to be heading in that direction. So let's try it, and let's just hope there's no farmers knocking about. We'll keep to the middle, keep to the end, sorry. Go around the outskirts. Whoa. Bit of a muddy day again. Get on the outskirts, wouldn't it? And this should bring us round to where we want to be. So we just left Griffin Wood. So that was Griffin Wood that we just left. Opened in 2007. With friends of Griffin Wood and the Mersey Forestry Commission. Done a great job, and you can plant trees there full of ones, and what a good idea. I really love that. It's a nice touch, and they call it a life for a life, and what a good idea that is. Flicking my camera over there now, and that's where we want to be. The old clock face pit. But it's hard work on this stretch. Oh, that's better. And if you're doing this walk, this isn't a walkway, so be very careful. If any farmers about, you will get towed off walking the land up, so that's why I'm trying to keep to the edge. And I'm not saying this is going to bring us out where we want to be, but I'm just following the trees, to be honest with you. I could do on railway walks. Trees are a giveaway for railways. If you're trying to find roughly when you get in the area, you've always got a line of trees for some reason above the embankment, so that's what I'm following today. That's where we've come, all the way from Griffin Wood, right over there, all the way over from St Helens into Burntwood, Griffin Wood End. You can see the monstrosity in the background that they all kicked off about, and we've just come across this farmer's field now, and I think a few other people have come here as well, because you can see the little path. And where the guy said then, go left, he was wrong. He'd have took you back to Griffin Wood. So always stick, if you've done your own work and you've got a rough idea, always follow your own hunches, because most of the time you're right. And like I said to Tony when we've done the few tunnels that we've done, 3 or 4 hours homework, planning it, replanning it, checking it, can save you half a day and make it an enjoyable walk. Just make sure there's no farmers knocking about. And tractors, can't see them being this time of year, because again, this is not a walkway. But if you look down, camera will pick it up. People are using it. But be very careful, you could get towed off for coming across here. And this should bring us out, and I can see it now, it will do, thank God. This is going to bring us out where we want to go. Just look at all the landscape where we've come, and we're definitely leaving footprints back in time there. And this should bring us bang on onto the walk. I know it will now because I can see the sign, so I'm made up with that, made up there. the hard work's paid off really. And Steve Landers put me onto this stretch, so all credit to him as well. And you'll see some nice sights here now as well. And I'll show you the easy way in to this Miners Walk as well. You don't have to do through all the mess and puddles and mud that I've done this afternoon. An hour's walk, you can come and do a leisurely walk round Miners Way. Park your car up and walk it. Honestly, it is good. And Griffin Mud you can to a degree, but it's better doing that in summer. But thankful that the rain stopped, because I've not dried off yet from earlier on in 20 minutes of a downpour, but luckily the waterproof jackets done the job today. Well, that's where we've come, all the way over there from Griffin Wood, all the way for St Helens, cuts across this farmer's field. And on a Saturday they mustn't work, hopefully. And we'll be heading that way now, and that takes you all the way back round to where we started, and that's what we're going to do. But this should bring us out to what they call Miners Walk. There we go, just brings you out. You get a lot of dog walkers around here as well. I'll keep my camera flick round. I'll show you the plaque here as well. And they've made a terrific walkway this now. Honestly, it's unbelievable. As you can see, get the mud off my feet. There we go. How good's that? You're on the trail. And you don't have to do what I've done, coming across Griffin Mud. I'll show you where you can park up here. And this should be what they call Miners Walk, clock face. And I can see the sign. I'll show it you when I get a bit nearer. But quite a good walk that. We're about an hour and 10 minutes into the walk, so got a bit of sweat on there, which is nice. Forgot my water, like I always do. Rushing out, left it. And I'll just show you the plaque and where this leads to. There we go. In association with Bull Parish Council, Miners Way, Clockface, part of the Mersey Forestry. And it's forestry for the community. There's a lady just walking off. How good's that shot? Sky in the distance and all the leaves coming down, brilliant. And that just takes you all the way around towards Burton Wood really. But how good's that? What a nice shot. And I do a few stills like that because I capture pictures of them. The old scramble bikes, gates to stop the scramble bikes shooting along. And this will bring you out at the beginning of the walk really for Miners Way, where Clockface pit used to be. I'll just show you where it is, so if you want to come and park your car up and walk it, you can. You get a lot of dog walkers around here. You need your big jackets on because of the rain, but you get so warm sometimes when you walk so far, you know. I'll just take you down now and show you. You can just park your car up here. You don't have to come across the hills like I did. Just come and park your car up and come and have a fantastic walk around here. And you get loads of dog walkers around here. That's been a good walk that today. I've enjoyed that, and I enjoyed it more that the rain's held off And as you can see, the light's going now because the nights are drawing in, so probably might get a bit dark in areas this. But if you're coming from if you're coming from Burton Wood down where we started at the front at Griffin Wood, just carry on, just follow it down, you'll hit here and you can see where the new houses have been built on the other side. Just come in, take a left, bring it in, that'll bring you to here, and that will bring you out at what they call Clockface Community Park. And I'll just zoom the camera in there, you can see Clockface Colliery. I'll leave that on if you want to read it. It tells you all about the pit, really, site history. Former colliery that dates back to the early 1890s, and memory serves me right, yeah, it's on there, 1965 it closed, and it's just got it up there, you can see. Employed over 700 people. However, in 1965 the National Coal Board and their owners declared the colliery uneconomical due to its geographical difficulties and closed the site the following year. So the year that we won the World Cup was the year that Clockface Colliery closed, and obviously it's a lot for nature now and wildlife. I'll get you one last shot, zoom in on it, there it is, Clockface Colliery. It's all signposts, that'll take you to Dream. We're going to end up walking up here now, the rain's coming down again, you can just feel it. The rain just started again, so we've done well there to avoid the showers, but I'm just going to show you the big pond up here. I'll just go on top and show you. Oh, this is a terrific walk round here, and again you get all the fishermen on it, you can see it now. Here comes the rain. Always does. But just show you where this leads to. There's the big pond there. If you follow all the footpath round, it takes you up the top. We'll do it, we'll go and do it, because I'll regret not doing it, because there's some nice bits on there that you can see. Gonna get me hood up. We've done well to dodge the showers, really. And I'm going to power walk a bit this last bit now, but there's some nice bits up here I want to show you. All the guys set up for the fishing there, how good's that? All the brollies up, canopies. Just in the background, Fiddler's Ferry power station, you can just see in the background, and that won't be there forever. I'll zoom in on that and show you. You just see it, and that's another walk we've got planned. We're going to try and do that before it's taken down. And there's the big pond there, I'll just show you. And a lot of these ponds I've said it to a lot of people, you don't realise how deep some of these are, because with it being an ex-pit area, a lot of these are bits of quarries and things, and they are quite deep, so just be careful, especially in winter when they're iced over. I'm going to take you up to the top part of this now, and the rain's stopped now, which is good, because it must be getting into about an hour and 20 minutes into this walk, yeah. Hour and 10 minutes, wasn't far off. Keep my camera on this side because we've got some walkers coming up. But you can just see all the trees that is planted. And if you remember when I did Bold, 10,000 trees they planted on Bold, around Dream. And they're all coming up now, which is good. A lot of silver birch. You can see on the right, you can see a lot of this around here. I'll keep the camera on this side. We've got a few dog walkers up ahead. Oh. Yeah, alright, just keeping an eye out on you. Cheers. Hello. And this place is great for dog walkers, mountain biking, it's brilliant. And I'm going to take you to the high point here. You can see the warehouse again in the background, the monstrosity that everybody kicked off about B&M warehouse. And there's loads, in summer there's loads of great seating area. Up there you go, there's a better shot. Riddler's Ferry right over there. I'll zoom in on that again for you. The camera's terrific on this. There you go. Go one back. Riddler's Ferry. And when you get to the top here, there's like on the high point, it gives you like a highlight of where you can walk to and gives you an idea of miles and things. But see a couple in front with a dog. Covered a few miles this afternoon, which is nice. But this is a lot more open. You know, come and do Miners Walk. It's a terrific walk, and you can either do a long one or a short one round the pond. So if you're not too good on your feet, you know, it's still an enjoyable walk. But hats off to the Mersey Forestry Commission, what they've done with a lot of these places. Like I said, this was the old Clockface pit area, and I think they used it for siphoning coal off a certain manner as well. My mate was telling me when we last did it in 1965. It was earmarked and it closed in 1966, the year that we won the World Cup. A lot of benches. I know it's getting a bit monotonous now, you're just seeing paths and me rambling on, but I just wanted to do the full walk really, and then you can see it, you've done it with me. A lot of dog walkers catching up to you now. I always try and keep the camera off them because some people get a bit touchy with cameras. So if you don't want to go right here, take a left. And if you just see down there, you can see some of the tunnels that run underneath. And there's loads of ways into it. You could spend hours around here. But if you don't know where you're going, you could spend hours trying to find the places that you want to do. But just look how many trees. They're going back the short way, it takes you back to the car park. But what a good shot that is. Benches for people to sit out. And this will lead you back to Griffin Wood. Summer, great, sat out, not so much in winter really. Dogs are funny. You don't like people behind them, dogs. Prince was always the same. I'm just going to follow it round now, and you should hit the point where it gives you about miles and places you can see. I'll take these in a minute. So I don't like getting people on the camera, so I'll nip across. There's quite a big drop here when you get to the top as well. Alright, you two. Hello. If you just see the drop now, I'll show you further up as we get up. You can see. Hi everybody, alright? They look after your dogs. My dog's the same, never likes anybody behind you. They're great, aren't they? I'm pretty cheap with the same, but if you just look down here now, you realise how high we're up. You just look the dog apart. I'll try and zoom in and show you, but that's quite a big drop actually. If you can just see down, I'll get you a better shot. Got my mate here now. Hello. There you go, that's a better shot that you can see. You just look down now. Quite a big drop there, so it gives you an idea. Hello. How high we're up really. Well, this is the point we was trying to find really. And this will take you back to Griffin Mud if you're wondering where it leads to. Again, that just gives you an idea of the drop. You can just see it. And you just see the waterway gully at the bottom as well. But yes, I think it's about 10,000 trees, like bulb that was planted, silver birch, a lot of them that they put up. Well, this is what I want to show you now. This is what we've come to find while we come up so high really. If you go that way, that'll take you back around the pond. There's so many ways you can walk up here, and honestly, if you didn't know where you're going, you could get lost. There's a big drop down there, but this is what I wanted to come and show you. And this is right on, I think, the highest peak. And I'll just pause my camera there for you. You can stop it on your TV. Clock Face Country Park, and it gives you a view. That's where we are. And it just gives you a lot of the landmarks. And there's the other one, it's just telling you there, Winnick Church, 4.3 miles, 18.86 miles. And Tony Redmond, if you want it in km, as he always asks for. And it just tells you where Billings Beacon is, Daresbury Science Lab, Cheshire Plains, and it's all there. Come and find it. That's right on the, I'd say the highest point. And we're going to drop back down now. I'm going to bring you out back virtually to where we started today on Marks Railway Trails. And again, it's a bit of a railway trail because they're all linked, the railways in St Helens, over from Runcorn to Liverpool because of all the pits that was around here. And so many pits around St Helens, it was unbelievable, and all sadly gone. But it's been a good walk this afternoon, I've enjoyed that, and I've kind of picked up on the points that I missed the other day really, and took my time, good hour and a half walk, steady pace. Now I've got to walk it all the way back. But I'm going to go a different way home. I'm going to cut back across the farmer's field and then walk it back up near Sherdley Park. And I'm not going to do a left, I'm going to chance it and take a right, and hopefully it'll bring us out. There you go, that's where it'll pause that. That's where we are. You are here near Gorsey Lane. Brings you out in Maypole Wood, and that's where we started on Minders Way. Come up all over the tops. That lady's taking it back to the car park, but I'm going to chance my arm. I don't know where this leads to, but I know Gorsey Lane down there, and I'm sure there should be an opening down here. It'll take us back on to Gorsey Lane, and it's another way in that you can come, so hopefully this does lead me. I've looked at my map and this should lead us to an opening. If it doesn't, we've got a long walk round. But you've walked it with me, that's it. You found Griffin Wood, which I think is absolutely brilliant. I really enjoy that walk, yeah it does. So this is coming to the end of the trail now, where I'm going to cut off, because all you're going to see is main road really. And me coming back where I started really, an hour and a half ago. Well, it can't be, I've not looked at the time yet, but we must be an hour, 20 minutes, good hour and a half in. There we go. This is Gorsey Lane. You can see a lot of these bags around. That is something wombles. They go all round this community, and if you've noticed, you don't see a lot of litter around here. And just show you. There you go. I'll just zoom in on it, and you can see it a bit better. Try another one. Clockface, Colliery, Country Park, and this is another way in that you can come in off Gorsey Lane, and that'll take you the other way in. If you go down there, down Gorsey Lane, get round the corner, look for the new houses, go left, that'll take you in to where we started, where we came in really, where I was showing you. Or you can carry on down this path, and that'll take you right into Gypsy Wood. If you remember me telling you, if you go left, that'll take you into Gypsy Wood. I'll keep it running for just a little bit longer, because I'm going to head him back over there, back on my trail. Whew. And again, you can just see all the gullies around, but you notice round Burton Wood and round a lot of our area where we live now, you don't see a lot of litter. And I know sometimes council have litter pickers, but a lot of this is down to something wombles. I'm telling you, it is. They're everywhere. When they see a bad patch, they just mob hand it and clear it up. I'm going to cut off here now and go back. I'll keep it running till we get back. Like I said, go down here, get to the opening, turn right, that'll take you into Griffin Wood, or come across the farmers' fields like I did. I'm going to shoot across now, get back in the hiding, come across, go along there, take a left, that will take you into Griffin Wood, but I'd advise going the other way really, because it does lead past some lovely properties. Back on our public footpath. I'm heading back home now for a brew. Like I said, forgot my water. I'll keep this running until we get, just so we can show you where we came across. Enjoyable walk that today. Good hour and a half, and we missed the showers on it, which was nice. Apart from the first 20 minutes then, where I got completely wet through and soaked. Whew. And there you go, I'll show it you in the distance. That's where we've just come down, where you see the white sign. I'll just flick in and show you. That takes you up to Miners Walk, and you can go all the way around. And they're all linked really, they all link up. You can get to Dream all round on these walks. And if you're coming from St Helens, I'd advise this walk path really, because it's fantastic. Just cuts straight across from Bold. And when I get to the end of this top bit, I'm going to cut off and power walk it back. But the heavens have been good to us today. And there you go. I'll zoom in on that, because there's Miners Walk, just to give you an idea. You can go down Griffin Wood. Let me just click it back again. Go down Griffin Wood, come across the farmers' fields into Miners Walk. I've kind of gone all the way the long walk round and then come back into it. And if you look over there just behind the houses, you maybe not see it, but I'll zoom in and you can see it. Go 10 times, hold my camera straight. See where the houses are? That takes you to Dream. I'll try and keep my camera steady. That takes you up to Dream. So they're all linked, they're all one big walk. And I've done Dream on Mike's Railway Trails if you want to see it, but that's where it is in the distance. And again, just follow the trees round and you can follow it all the way into Dream. Terrific walk. And you don't realise what we've got on our doorstep, and the light's going now, you can just see it fading. And I'm going to cut off at this top piece here, just show you the way that I'm heading back. Whew. And hopefully the memory holds out, because we've done well there today. And we're not being out for the last week or so on music due to family dues and family commitments. Got a lot of storage on the old camera, so. But there's so many walks you can do from this way. You can take it that way. That'll take you towards Dream as well. There's Dream right over there. I'm going to go back the way I came, down this little path. That'll take me back to Bold and walk it home to Sherdley Park. So I hope you enjoyed it on Mark's Railway Trails. You found Griffin Wood, you found the Miners Walk Country Park, and if you want to carry on you can go into Dream. I have done Dream on my post. And I'll show you some of the old slides of the old wood, what it was like when it first opened in 2007 with the Forestry Commission and the people that they call Life for a Life of Griffin Wood, where you plant trees for people that sadly no longer with us as part of a remembrance. And I think that's so brilliant. I'm glad I've read about that, and I think that's why you get a good feel about Griffin Wood. There's a lot of nice people buried trees that have grown for family members that they can remember. 2007 that was set up. Showing you the bridge over into Warrington. There's a nice walkway there now, you don't have to go the old pathway that I did. Took you to Miners Walk, you can come up to Dream. So that's it on Mark's Railway Trails. Harry, I hope you enjoyed that, and I didn't know Griffin Wood was there, maybe you did, and it's another find for us really. Charlie Collins, again, I hope you've enjoyed it, I hope you've walked it with us. Tony Redmond, I was pleased to see that plaque at the top of Miners Walk, that it was just in miles. So you can convert it, Tony. He always goes mad at me, but I'm old school. It always seems shorter in miles. Tony, the bridge that my mate Steve said is always 39 steps to a bridge, and there was 39 steps on that one, but I think he's winding me up. So see you on the next one on Mark's Railway Trail. It's been a good day. Harry, Charlie, Tony Redmond and all the other people that watch this blog, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed walking it with me, and I'll see you on the next one, which will be another local walk on Mark's Railway Trail. So see you soon, and I'm unfortunately got another probably half an hour, 3/4 an hour walk home. See you soon on Mark's Railway Trails.